Please be advised there are spoilers ahead related to the property being watched and or discussed. Hello! Welcome back, everyone. Thanks again for tuning in to my videos. This is Ashamoji TV. If you're new here, my name is Asha. This is where I just like to watch, react, and share my 2 cents about 2 particular properties related to sci-fi and fantasy at the moment. So in today's video, I'm going to press play on episode 15 from the 2nd season of Fringe. This one is titled Jacksonville. So that's exciting because what do I know so far about Jacksonville? That's the place where Olivia Dunham was born. Oh no, she wasn't born there. But either way, was she? I don't know. But she had the experiments, right? The experiments happened to her in Jacksonville, Florida. And I can only make a safe and logical assumption that this episode is going to finally dive in a little bit more with flashbacks of William Bell and Walter Bishop and their crazy shenanigans revolving around Olivia and the other kids that were experimented on. So I presume it's going to be quite epic. Anyway, alright. So without further ado, here's my reaction to episode 15, according to IMDb. But if it's on your DVD set, it's episode 14. Manhattan.
Hey. Thought you were getting out of here.
Afraid not. It's gonna be a late one.
Wait a second. Is that real coffee? Where did you get that?
I don't know. I have my sources.
Be interesting if he's killed by the coffee.
This is getting nuts. What is that? 6 since yesterday?
Yeah, well, I'm from California, so I'm used to it, you know.
This is New York. Don't you think it's strange? What are they saying on the news?
That they're just these little quakes, you know, microquakes. Probably just a byproduct of global warming.
You wish!
Night, Polly.
Night.
Quakes. So pattern stuff, right? Or, the effects of both universes going into collision mode. Or maybe something completely different. Woo! Sucks to be you! Gosh, just one lone survivor. Oh! Oh! That was awesome. That was magnifique. And showing Walter arriving on the scene. Oh my gosh. His reaction.
Walter, wake up. We just won an all-expense-paid trip to New York City.
It's fantastic. I've never won anything before.
Oh my god, I love that. I want to rewind just to hear him say that again. John Noble's smile, though, is like the most infectious thing. It's so wonderful.
Emergency services secured this entrance into the building, scouring the place for survivors.
How many did they find?
0.
Oh, he's dead.
It looks...
Rearranged. Extraordinary.
So an opening, like a major opening of the other universe kind of jumbled up at this part. Oh.
I don't suppose you have any idea what could have caused this.
Imagine a sudden, momentary disturbance at a subatomic level. The energy disperses the atoms, literally tearing the very fabric of reality itself.
Meaning that all the atoms come apart, but when they reassemble, they come together all wrong.
So what are the odds of something like this occurring naturally?
Oh, it's possible that if
Really?
God has a far more disturbed sense of humor than even I could have imagined.
Okay, the guy, right? Because I'm like, that was the whole point.
Mr. Pratchett, it would help us a lot if you could describe what happened here.
Tremors. Just like the other ones. Then a really big one that just kept getting worse.
Did anything unusual happen before the disaster?
Maybe someone in the building who shouldn't have been here?
No, just the same things everyone saw. Yesterday the dogs all started howling. And all those little tremors, microquakes.
Did you hear about any tremors in New York?
Well, Massive Dynamic, aren't they there? They gotta get involved. New Pentagon.
Ted Pratchett doesn't have a wife, and it appears he never did.
It makes sense. Trauma from his injuries. He must be delirious.
I don't think so.
I'm sorry about this, but it is very important. On September the 11th, when the terrorists struck, which buildings did they attack?
Pentagon. The White House.
Okay, so he's from the other universe. So we saw him in the alternate verse, and now he's in their verse. Oh. Or a mashup of both people. Okay. Alright. Oh my goodness. That looks so good. Visually, like the visual effects of this. Aww.
We're standing in two buildings, one of which comes from the alternate universe.
Oh my goodness! Straight up! Yeah! Show me more, show me more.
Two universes colliding. This is what William Bell warned me about. He said that Newton would try to open a doorway from our universe to the other side, and that when it happened, this would be the consequence.
Two objects trying to occupy the same space at the same time.
This was Newton, I'm sure of it.
I want to see him.
How are you going to tell them apart?
Mr. Pratchett from over there was married. He was wearing a wedding ring.
So as far as his wife will ever know, he just disappeared? That is so sad.
Yes, it is.
Wow, look at this. It's a double-decker car. Does it mean that they drive these over there?
I suppose so.
It's cool.
I know what Newton did. And I'm afraid I've just remembered what's going to happen next.
Wow, that serves the story. Construction.
2 hours before the incident.
Construction guy.
Themselves as a construction crew.
It's Walter.
Hey, Peter, I need you back at the lab. Agent Dunham as well.
Walter, we're right in the middle of something.
Don't argue with me, son. Get back here now, both of you.
Hop, hop.
When Billy and I first tried to generate a stable door between the universes, our first test subject was a car. Billy's in Monte Carlo, and it did not go well.
First times are always sloppy.
Wasn't our first time. 11 minutes after we successfully made the car disappear, this car appeared from another reality.
How do you know that wasn't just pulled from down the block?
It was in 1986. The car had a CD player. It wasn't an option at the time. The universe seeks balance. We sent a car over there, so a car of equal mass came back. Now, a building from the other side appeared here. The laws of physics demand both sides of the equation balance. I calculate that a building from this side will be pulled over there, inhabitants and all, within the next just under 35 hours. When objects from the other universe cross to our side, that they have an energy. Someone once described it as a glimmer.
The little yellow dots?
So then we'll be able to see it.
Well, unfortunately, no, it's not visible to the human eye.
Then how the hell are we gonna find it, Walter?
Yeah.
We can't, Peter. But you can, Agent Allen.
How can I see it?
Because you saw it once before.
It's gonna be one of her abilities? Awesome.
Of the 30 children that William Bell and I experimented on, you were the first with the ability to identify things from the other side. We gave you the ability.
Walter, you were conducting
Okay,
illegal
well-
drug trials on children. Don't make that sound like charity work.
She's gonna notice Peter then.
Well, I can't see it anymore.
Because I believe you stopped wanting to. When you did, there were consequences. But I was able to elicit the ability once. I believe I may be able to do it again.
Don't be ridiculous. You're not experimenting on Olivia. And besides,
Okay, I'll do it.
Olivia,
That's Olivia.
I'm sure whatever you need, we can get it here.
What I need is in Jacksonville. Jacksonville is where the process worked. If I am able to do it again, it has to be there.
Oh, honey, there's gonna be some serious reveals here. She's clearly gonna see Peter glimmering and all that crap. I don't mean crap in a negative way.
And you're sure you want to do this? Submit yourself to Dr. Bishop's experiments.
I don't see another choice.
Then how can I help?
The events that Ted Pratchett said led up to the incident, the dogs howling, the small earthquakes, Walter thinks that they will likely occur again and that we can use them to infer when it's about to happen.
I'll contact Nita Sharp. Ask her to have massive dynamic enlisted geologic division to track any seismic activity.
Thank you.
And Dunham, stay in touch.
I will.
One of her own memories will just start to come back to her just being there, you know? The influence of the environment.
We always use the same combination. I can't remember the significance.
5, 20, 10. May 20th, 2010. Oh my gosh. It's actually May 20th and I'm recording this as well. I just noticed that on my calendar. Welcome to the yellow brick road, indeed.
16 items in this room are from the other side. Well, perhaps if you look a little closer.
I'm sure many of you had quite some interesting moments, pausing shot by shot to spot stuff.
Nothing.
Well, we should get started. I was hoping to avoid this.
Well then, if Walter is expecting her to have this ability come up again, that means he's also gonna know she's gonna notice Peter. Hope they don't make it like as if he's oblivious to that. Olive. Are they his glasses or someone else's?
I have a freakishly good memory. I remember everything. Not this. There's just nothing that's familiar.
Maybe that's a good thing.
Until you need it, though. Like now.
We're just about ready. You may want to change into something more comfortable. Ellie and I reasoned that extreme emotion would stimulate this perception that acute feelings of fear, love, or anger would heighten the awareness, open the mind, as it were. The drugs help, of course.
Fear, love, and anger.
When you're under, the drugs will generate an obstacle, and I can't tell you what it will be. It will be uniquely yours, do you understand?
I think so.
It will make more sense when you're under. The point is this, that facing that obstacle will elevate your emotional state. Much as running on a treadmill will elevate your heartbeat. And then, when I've got you to the proper level, well, then I'll pull you out, okay?
I'm singing in the rain.
She is so trusting.
If you can hear me, open your eyes. Where are you?
In the forest.
In the forest. You can see very tall trees. There's someone else here.
She alright? No, but she's not supposed to be. In my bag, Peter. Yeah, the pretzels.
Like, he's gonna snack?
Hey.
Her little girl self.
I don't want to do this anymore.
You don't have to do anything that you don't want to do. You don't have to do anything that you don't want to do. Wait! Hey!
Talk about being in the dark corners of your own mind. That's scary.
It's okay. Shh.
Please, make them stop. Please make them stop it.
It's okay.
This is really effective. It's frightening. Good sound effect.
What's your name?
Olive. Oh, I thought it would be kind of obvious that it would. Did she know it's herself? Okay, good enough. Oh, that's freaky deaky.
It worked.
What the hell is wrong with you? You did this to little children.
We should get to work.
Well, aside from that.
Anything?
Nothing. No one. Should we find some more kids to scare?
No.
I have no idea.
Yeah, Nina. Those dogs are going wild.
Now, Philip, it's me.
Donna.
It started.
Okay.
Finally! Let her see the whole thing.
That's me. What happened?
This was the first time you saw the other side. You were frightened. Started a fire with your mind.
That's what I've been saying.
Should have worked. This is the very sort of thing that William and I were preparing for.
You abused us, Walter. Me and those other children.
No, we were trying to help you. We were trying to make you more than you were.
Is that what you were doing? Or were you searching for answers to questions that you shouldn't have been asking in the first place?
I was a different man then.
I was a defenseless child.
Two arguments.
Yes, you were. Olivia, I think I'm starting to understand why the process didn't work. You are different. You're not that frightened child anymore. I thought all we needed was a heightened emotional response from you, but I was wrong. We needed a specific one. Fear. And you're not capable of that anymore. Well, not like she was. What we did to you, you found a way to protect yourself. But if you want to save those people, you have to find your way back to that scared little girl.
And how do we do that?
Call her stepfather. I haven't forgotten him, but it seems like the show is dumping that idea. Have him send her a birthday card. So, two questions. Either she self-repressed her memories, or they repressed it. William and Walter.
Hey,
It's quite a lot of damage.
is this a part of Walter's test? Are you alright?
No. I'm not afraid of anything anymore.
Interesting. For once now, instead of like getting angry, it's getting fearful. Maybe fear of failure.
We've been plotting the epicenter of each microquake looking for some sort of pattern.
Can you regress any of the data points?
A waste of time. This is an attempt to impose order on random, meaningless data. I did the same thing 25 years ago when the car came over. Tried to tell them why there? Why did it land in the middle of the quad? The answer is there is no answer.
Except mass. So a building from over there travels over here, that means a building from over here of exactly the same mass has to travel back.
Yeah, Raiders of the Lost Ark. The bag of sand in the idol.
Not the metaphor I would have used, but yes, exactly. You have a pencil.
Have a pen.
I need satellite data and 3D imagery to calculate cubic feet. I also need a comprehensive list of all building materials used during construction.
For every freestanding structure in New York City.
Oh, I think we can roll out the Empire State Building.
That's a lot. Teamwork at its best.
What else can I do to help?
It's time. Could happen any moment now. Olivia.
How many buildings are we down to?
147 buildings spread out all over Manhattan. 3 hospitals, a cancer treatment center, a nursing home. The evacuation itself would kill a lot of these people, not to mention cause a citywide panic that might kill thousands more.
It's funny how panic has that effect, huh?
So you think we should just let the building disappear? Let those people disappear?
times when the only choices you have left are bad ones.
I think it's her fear to fail. I mean, what else? Aside from her fear of losing her life or something.
It's too late. I failed. I failed, and I'm supposed to be the one who can stop things like this.
I've never met anyone who can do the things that you do.
I'm scared.
Don't be. What?
Peter, I'm scared.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Damn it! That was a close one! I wonder how it's visually gonna look for her. Is everything just gonna literally glow?
It was in the West Village near the Hudson, I think. I couldn't see exactly where.
Was it near the piers?
Yeah, a couple blocks from the river.
Were there any landmarks? Other buildings nearby?
Yeah, that new tower, the one near the elevated tracks.
The highway.
Still too many potential candidates.
Hey, Olivia, we need you to narrow down.
Okay, I see it. It's on Washington.
There was a hotel in Washington.
What do we have on Washington in the West Village?
No, he's right. Grayson Place Hotel, Grayson, Washington. Numbers right there.
Call T. Solomon at the NYPD. Call the fire department. Hello, yes. This is Special Agent Philip Broyles with the FBI. You need to evacuate everyone from the building immediately.
In the nick of time! Okay. It's very like a shimmer. Oh my gosh. Hang on. Ooh. Oh, I don't think that guy made it from the suction noise. Oh, he did, okay. I thought he got sucked in.
I guess it's safe to say that you've got the rest of the night off work.
The rest of the week or month with pay.
Hundreds miraculously escaped what federal authorities are calling an unscheduled controlled demolition at the Grayson Place Hotel.
That's a good excuse.
Conspiracy nuts are gonna have a field day.
You'd be surprised what you can make the general public believe. You saved a lot of people.
We all did.
Donovan, this ability you've demonstrated, what finally activated it?
I think it was just time.
Why didn't you just tell him it was fear?
Thanks again. We'll see you soon. Hey, Walter, how's Astrid? Just gotta come over and play some games with you.
Oh. Good. I hope she likes Monopoly.
One game I don't like.
I'm going out for drinks.
Who are you drinking with?
Olivia.
He should tell him. A date?
No, just drinks. Apparently that's what normal people do. They go out for drinks.
That's me right now. I'm Walter, hoping. Let your hair down. Yes, I approve. Oh my gosh.
She's here, Peter.
I know. I heard it too.
Shall I get the door?
Absolutely not. In fact, my preference, if you could be someplace else altogether.
Oh, Where?
Chicago?
Hey, come on in. I know a great place. It's just a couple blocks away.
She's gonna see it. She's gonna see it.
Who'd you tell?
I'll go get my coat.
Wow, that's what it looks like. Walter. You knew this was gonna happen.
Please don't tell me.
Okay. I'll accept that ending without screeching. Okay. I gotta subside my desire to binge forward, because I actually don't have time anyway, as much as I would want to. Alright! This episode was everything I was hoping for, and a little bit more. Especially that moment, that near moment. Kissy kissy! Okay, well... Okay, I'm thinking in my mind, like, is that really my scene I'm gonna pick, though? Right at the end. She sees him. And what that means for the rest of the season, the next episode, is Walter gonna finally just tell her? Are they gonna tell Peter together? Because I could see her wanting to tell Peter, right? To keep things truthful. And again, I've been saying it's his reaction to the truth that is going to be the most epic thing to watch. Yeah, there's no point stopping to check. So yeah, that's my scene. I mean, they made it quite clear from the beginning, knowing that we were going to tap into this ability, that this was inevitable. But how? It's all about the how for me. I'm one of those people, it's not the end of the world if things are hinted at or even at times minorly spoiled, because it's about the experience of seeing how it unfolds. How is it depicted? Because believe it or not, sometimes even if you're told or you think something's going to happen that's quite, where there's a lot of setup for it, the way it's shown could be so disappointing that you don't even care anymore, right? But in this case, it's quite interesting. Yeah, it's like a shimmer. It's like she's seeing almost a duality of the in and out of him. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look at that part, but it was really interesting how they visually showed that. I thought they were going to have it where a lot of those yellow dots would be all over the damn place, right? Since they showed in the glyphs and stuff. And since it was shown similar like that from the, I forgot the name of the episode, where the other lady, Rebecca, where she saw that little, that kind of a glow, on his face there. All right. So this is good because then now she knows how to tap into, well, I guess it's going to be easier said than done for her to tap into that fear whenever she needs to be able to tap into that ability or maybe other abilities. And I like that they've done it that way because you don't want it so easy for the character to be like, okay, now I can see another alternate universe, easy peasy. And knowing Olivia and the way she likes to hone her skills and how they have shown her to be a very quick learner, I hope in some ways they don't make it so swift where she's just like, okay, I can now see it, where she just maybe practices or finds kind of like, how you know that saying, go to your happy place to tap into a certain part of yourself to be at peace or relax. Well, in her case, maybe I'm thinking of the way in some acting classes, like where you learn a technique of sense memory. And that's sometimes a technique used by a lot of actors who don't really resonate to method acting. And so I could see where that would be something she would do for herself as practice to be able to hone into that fear whenever she needs to in order to, my camera. Sometimes it moves around there because it's not really on a stable thing there. Sorry. But yeah, I hope either way, it's just cool that she has this ability And however they show her being able to tune into that ability and other abilities, I hope it's going to be in a very organic way, and I trust that this show will do it justice. There are so many cool parts. The scene I was going to pick, though, aside from this one, was the beginning. Oh, I just thought it was wonderful, showing the visual effect of this mashup of the two men there from both universes. Right there, splat, at the beginning of the episode. That was fantastic. Fantastic. They're definitely worthy of multiple rewatches just for the visual of it. I like stuff like that. What else? And of course, the near kiss moment! I don't care what some of you are saying. Some of you are hinting, it's not what I think it is. And most of you, I'm talking to you club members specifically, most of you are not even saying anything. But the few that are, I feel like there's a detraction away to something else that apparently is going to happen that I have yet to see. So I hope it's not. Don't get me wrong, and I know you can't validate or deny this. Please don't. But I hope it's not one of those, will they, won't they, till the end. I've seen that happen in another series, and it's actually one of the main reasons I actually start to hate that series, really dislike watching it, because the will they, won't they just prolonged. The payoff was just terrible to have viewers wait 4 seasons. 4 seasons for this couple to finally express their feelings to each other. It drove me bananas. And actually kind of ruined my experience a little bit with the show, because when you hook in a viewer with a narrative as cool as Olivia and Peter and the possibilities of that, only to then just kind of toy with it constantly, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of that. But if they have very justifiable reasons, then maybe I won't gripe as much. But I am liking it. And this is coming from someone, and I've said this before, I'll just say it again, this is coming from someone that is normally not really all that comfortable with, lovey-dovey relationships in sci-fi and fantasy. But when they're done well, and when they're done with so much intensity and chemistry that's shown between Peter and Olivia, Joshua and Olivia, what's her name? Anna. Joshua and Anna Torr, right? It's electrifying to watch, and it makes me want to see more where that can go. Okay, there was something else I was going to touch on that I'm now grasping, and it's been hinted at, but I've been deliberately keeping it to myself to kind of stew on and mull on it a little bit until I saw a little bit more to confidently give you somewhat of an idea of what I'm thinking now. So this episode, when they made it quite clear about there needing to be balance, that did cross my mind at multiple times, especially at the reveal of Peter being from the other universe. From the amount of sci-fi stuff I've watched that I can remember, it did cross my mind, okay, what is the official scientific consequence of having Peter be in the wrong universe? And I think this episode kind of answered it, and perhaps it was answered in clues in previous episodes, as I'm sure some of you have already kind of been hoping I would notice, but I just haven't. But right now, I'm seeing that it seems evident that Peter being there in this universe, that in and of itself is something that needs to be balanced out. That's an abnormality. Right? And considering the observer somehow made a deal with Walter, according to what was said in episode 8. I'm now presuming Peter's the key. Peter's the key to this universal war ending or being solved in some way. There has to be something to balance out the fact that Peter is in this universe. So 2 things come to mind. First, it's going to be one of those bittersweet stories of sending Peter back to his universe to maybe balance things out? That's the first thing. Will it be enough? Is it too late? Second, even despite that possibility of Peter going back to his other universe, I'm just thinking of the alternate version of all this high tech, and you've got the shapeshifters like Newton. Maybe they, even despite the solution of balancing things out with Peter, I could still see like the ZFT group. I mean, they haven't mentioned them. I hope they're going to come back into the whole picture. There's quite a number of things from season 1 I think they've dropped. And some of you have actually kind of confirmed a couple of stuff. In not so many words so as not to spoil it, but for me to still understand you're implying it. That's the best way I can say. But I guess what I'm trying to get at is, regardless of there being a solution perhaps with Peter and where he's supposed to be, other people like those shapeshifters would have other interests to dominate this world in order to perhaps just win, you know, like just the ego of winning. Something along those lines. But in any case, I'm very much aware. I just haven't been too articulate about it because I haven't felt confident to say much until now. I'm aware that for every effect, right, there's going to be a cause and there's going to be an effect. Like there's cause and effect, essentially. And so just know that I've grasped that already. It's to what extent and who and where and what, you know, I have yet to see unfold. So that's as much as I feel comfortable in kind of adding in terms of my 2 cents of what I think is to come. But I think Peter for sure is a key thing here. Peter being in that universe, I think is probably the catalyst, really. And how he ended up there is what I want to see. Like, how is Peter there? And I know the clues are there for me to know how, but for some reason I'm just not picking up on it. But I have I know it has something to do with Walter and the Observer. It's just like in what manner? I'd have to go back and rewatch episodes 19 probably and 20. But I don't have time for that, so I'm just going to have to let it unfold for me. And if it comes to mind like as an aha, you know, I will articulate it and verbalize it to you. I'll verbalize it, but I can't promise articulation because sometimes that's my difficulty. Okay, all right, that's enough. That's enough. Ashamoji rating for this episode. It's a 5, undoubtedly. It's a 5 from beginning to end. It's wonderful. It's excellent. Very watchable. And I look forward to seeing what's going to happen in the next one. So, there you have it. That's my reaction to episode 15 from the 2nd season of Fringe. I hope you've enjoyed my reaction video. And if you want access to my full reaction, unfiltered, uncut, details about that is in the description box below for you, as well as details on how you can support this channel if you're not interested in being a member, but you do want to help me grow here on YouTube. So until my reaction to episode 16, see you later. Goodbye. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe and check out my other videos.